It specializes in semiconductor technologies for high voltage power conversion. Joining us now to discuss the company's fourth quarter earnings and the outlook, President and CEO Balu Balakrishnan joining us now. Thank you for being with us. So I saw the CEO of Power Integrations, ticker symbol POWI, a great quarter, a nice dividend too. People like that. Good to see you. We look forward to chatting with you again soon. Thank you. This is an amazing one because it had that November high of nearly 350 and then it was down and then this big gap up. What's going on here?
Well, Nicole, there's a lot of volatility.
I'm curious about your example trade.
Yeah, so we've got to
today. Thank you for that example trade too in our disruptors every day with George Sillis. Thank you, George. Good to see you. Thanks. Thank you both for being with us. So, Jim, I mean, obviously we look at cloud, the Amazon Web Services. There were some real bright spots, and people are receiving the quarterly numbers and even the price hike beautifully today for the stock. So if in 2014 it was $99 and we're in 2022 and it's going to be $140, I guess $40 since 2014 isn't right. And the AWS revenue was up 40% year over year and had a beat on the quarter. Dan, your thoughts, big picture. Is Amazon a buy here? I mean, it's still very expensive. I wonder if we'll get even a stock.
Just to build on on Dan's thesis and your own.
Mine, precious. Okay. Gentlemen, good to see you both. Dan and Jim, you are great. Thank you. Jim Keller of Argus and Dan Romanoff of Morningstar. Thank you. Viewing at the New York Stock Exchange with a SPAC moving forward here in the world of EV batteries. Why now? Why today? And what's the outlook?
Sure. I mean, the global EV movement is
SES, so we can watch for that. And this is all about rechargeable batteries. As you said, the move to EVs and the enthusiasm surrounding rare earth and nickel and all the things that are needed. And if there is enough of that material, particularly in Asia, I know they have a lot, but, you know, is there enough old batteries and sort of refurbish them and try to make these batteries new again? Is that something that's of interest to you, a competitor to you, or a non-event because you're putting out the best product, the best batteries, and that's not anything you even think about? The next 6 to 12 months as you continue to expand with these great companies, the automakers, I'm saying, I'm sure you're working closely with all of them. Wish you could develop and push out everything faster, whether it's factories or supply chain or chips or anything. I mean, is there stuff slowing you down that as somebody who's a creator and a founder here, you're really trying to get everything out faster? Yesterday.
Yes, I think.
With you, congratulations to you and your team, your debut at the New York Stock Exchange. Chi Chow Hu, thank you, of SES AI Corporation. SES is the ticker symbol. Thank you very much. Great to chat with you.
Thank you very much.
Soon, give us some updates. Thanks. Analyst at Robo Global to tell us all about health tech. Describe this landscape. Is now the time here for this area?
Absolutely. Just to give you an example, if you were to use the HTEC ETF as a proxy.
In HTEC, or looking at this group overall, there's certain names that you like more than others? Or do you think this is something to get in now and dollar cost average in over time? Headwinds for stocks overall, whether it's rising rates, all things COVID, those headwinds are real, right? And even for this group.
That's right. So there have been headwinds that have affected the whole market.
We used to talk about research and development, but now this is development and moving into a more technological world, right? Robotics and laparoscopy and everything that goes with it. When we think about the old days versus what we are seeing now with removal of a tumor, for example, right? So then you could detect cancer in that way, which is exciting. But understanding these better now today with your help, we appreciate that. HTEC is what we should be watching with this ETF. Nina, thank you very much. It's great to see you. Nina Deca, Senior Research Analyst over at Robo Global. Thank you. Wedbush Securities and Nathaniel Bradley, CEO, co-founder, Data Vault Holdings. Thank you both for being with us. So many of the companies, Matt, have been citing the shortages that we've seen in the chips sector. I mean, there's no secret there. At this point now, we look at all the different types of chips and all the different kinds of companies using chips, And we've even gotten some rosy pictures, right, from the likes of GM, for example, saying, oh, it looks like it's getting better. Is it really getting better? What do we need to know here from point A to point B, in addition to the supply chain getting things across the rivers and into the boats and ships? The chips is a big part of it. So Nathaniel, tell me your big picture here. Do you see this improving? It's my understanding most are saying in the back half of the year. I mean, could it happen sooner? And what stocks and companies do you focus on more than others because of what they provide to the market? That and the fact that they're pumping out exactly what people need right here at home as well. As you take a look here, Matt, and you see some of those names that we were just talking about, such as onsemi, Avnet, and Qualcomm, you have several other names that are also on your radar. Which ones do you like best and why? Because of how they are positioned. I saw in your notes you had AMD and NVIDIA, just to name a few, Micron, Seagate. Are these all names that are in the portfolios and that you own and have some pricing power too? Quickly, Matt.
Yeah, so I think there's...
Daniel, your thoughts. You see the demand continuing, and so that will continue to give these companies the demand and pricing power going forward. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with Matt.
Nice to see you both. I appreciate it. Nathaniel and Matt, a great conversation. You can always look at ETFs with all these names too. Matt Bryson and Nathaniel Bradley, great conversation. Thank you both.